Next two videos will also be on how to make the wheel. The first video, part 1 of making the wheel, in that I showed you how I cut the pieces, and in the next two I'll be showing you how they'll be fixed and what is the process of giving it the finish, how it is to be hardened, and thereafter the wheels have to be fixed onto the flange, how that is done. And once that is done, then two wheels have to be fixed on other ends of the axle. So that's how we get the final wheel. This will be the wheel, cardboard wheel, which has been finished. I'll tell you in this part 2 how it is done, and then how it is fixed onto the flange. That will come in the third video. So this will be your final wheel. See how smoothly it rotates. It's been connected with the fixed onto the axle, and rotates smoothly on the tracks. So let's get into part 2, and after that part 3 of how to make the wheel. Don't miss out on either of the parts. Please watch it carefully. Lots of details and the challenges I encountered and how I corrected all those. I've shared it in these two videos. We shall now go about making a wheel. I've taken 3 of those cutouts, the round circles which I cut, and I'm going to paste them together to form one wheel. I use this compass. It's a very helpful thing. Within that I add this washer. You'll see how it helps me. I put this washer. I insert one of these into the needle, keep it aside, and I apply some Fevicol on this one, little bit, spread it evenly, and then put it through this and press it. Take the other one also, again apply the Fevicol on this, this side, and insert it through this. Now we have to press these. This is where my washer comes in handy. I push this up to here, take another one, put it there, and press it. But if you remember, this compass hole, the compass needle is smaller than the hole in the wheel, because the wheel hole diameter is 2 mm. This is around 1.5 mm. So next what we have to do is, there is some unevenness here. Maybe 1/10 of a millimeter a wheel must have got pushed up or down. So that unevenness is visible here. And also there is some Fevicol which is sticking out of the edges. That has to be removed. So what I do is, this is one axle rod which is slightly less than 2 mm. I insert this into the wheel. Okay, then I have to use a newspaper for absorbing the excess amount of Fevicol that has gone in. I use the newspaper, hold the wheel like this, hold the axle tight, press my thumb and forefinger into the wheel and just roll it. What happens is the Fevicol gets absorbed, my wheel becomes compact, and I leave this aside for around 5-7 minutes. The work is not over. This wheel has to be compressed. So what I do is I tap it with a hammer. I use this normal domestic hammer on the floor. I'm on the table right now. On the floor I place it and tap it about 5 to 7 times on this side and turn it over, and also tap it around here. So that way I get my wheel. I have prepared 2 such wheels and I have just inserted it into my axle. So before that I'll show you what I do, how I make my axle. This is a cycle spoke, the perfect thing for my axle, because it is exactly 2 mm in diameter. I have to cut 3.5 mm length. That is the length of my axle. So I have taken 3.5 mm here and marked it with a black marker. And I use this fret saw. This has got a iron cutting blade. I use this fret saw to cut this rod as per my length of 3.5 mm. So this I do, I just keep pulling it in one side. It's a little tricky, but you have to do it carefully, otherwise you lose your measurements. About 10-15 strokes and I can and that's my cat seeing what I'm doing. Very inquisitive she is. So here I just snap it. Done. This edge is a bit sharp, uneven. I should immediately use my lathe to what's this and just make it smooth. So this is now smooth and rounded. 3.5 mm. I had made one earlier and I had made 2 wheels earlier. So after hammering them with my hammer a little, so that the wheels become compressed. See, these wheels have been hammered. This has not been hammered. Do you see the difference in the thickness? Very slight difference, but that makes this wheel compact. So once this wheel goes through the hammer process, this also will become nice and compact. See, I fixed the wheels now on the axle and see how smoothly it rolls. No wobbling. And this is what is going to roll on the tracks. So this will give me a perfect smooth motion. I have to make 2 such for each bogie. That means 4 wheels for each bogie. So I have to make 8 such wheels. So I'll go about doing that.